What's up, everybody? Makell Bird, Maktown TV, the dopest podcast in every dimension. And you know what? Oh, people are going off on Papa John today. Twitter, I haven't checked the rest of the internet. I haven't checked, Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. But on Twitter, people are going the fuck off on Papa John. Now, if you don't know who Papa John is, Papa John, and I don't know his real name at the moment, maybe I'll find his name after this and I'll post it in the comments, but he did this interview for this, I don't know if it's a radio station or a TV station, but if you look at the screen here, people are just going the fuck off on him because he did this interview, and, hold on, let me get to it. I'm going to play it. I don't know if you can hear it. Hold on.
He has no pizza. I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. Living currently in Mark Shapiro should be in jail. He has no pizza experience. He's never been in the pizza category. I would just say, stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what is it about the record that's not straight?
Stay tuned. I've had over 40 pizzas.
Okay, let me stop there. Now, as you can see, not only does he look kind of crazy and look like his face is blowing up, everything in this fucking interview is a hot mess, and it's very easy to see why people are going off on him and why people are in a frenzy over his ass. Now, for those that don't know, Papa John's, this guy, his name is John. I don't know his last name. I'm sorry. His name escapes me at the moment. But his real name is John. That's his first name. And he created Papa John's Pizza, which was, for the people who don't know his story, look it up. He used to work for Pizza Hut, and then he branched off of Pizza Hut because he felt like he could start a better company and create a better pizza. But if I'm being totally honest with you, Papa John, whenever he's in the fucking media, he's saying crazy shit and getting in trouble like every other year. I kid you not. Back in the day, they caught him saying something racist. I guess he used the N-word in a board meeting or something like that. Now he's claiming that, it was all a facade. It was all some way to get him ousted from his own company, which I can believe, to be honest with you. This type of shit happens a lot. When your company is publicly owned, I hate to tell you this, but when you take those public dollars, when you take dollars from investors, your company, you can get ousted. It's happened a lot before. It happened to Jeff Price and Peter Wells from TuneCore. It happened to them. It happens a lot in the corporate world. Your company gets taken from you. You start a company, you blow it up, it becomes popular. Investors come in, whether they're public investors from stocks, people buying stock in your company on the stock market, or if it's a private investor like a venture capitalist firm, which I can't stand that word, by the way. Venture capitalists are just true vultures. They're just trying to make money off the shit you already created and you already got popping, and they're just trying to blow it up and make money off of it. But Papa John, as you can see, people are going ham on his ass on the internet. He said he ate 40 pizzas in 30 days, which by my count means you're eating... on some of those days, you're if there, there's 30 or 31 days in a month. So if you ate 40 pizzas, that means some of those days you were literally eating 2 whole fucking pizzas in one day. Maybe even 3. I don't know what you're doing, to be honest with you. 40 pizzas in 30 days, dude, that's not healthy at all. And let me tell you something, people. I love pizza. I love pizza with a passion. I'm a true American, and pizza is a true American food, all the way from the Ninja Turtles. We have a culture in America that just thrives off of pizza. Pizza is a part of American culture, trust me. And, you're eating 40 pizzas in 30 fucking days. You're going to look like you're going to look like Slimer from the fucking Ghostbusters. And you can tell, if you look at this picture right here, and then you go and look at pictures from him in the past when he wasn't eating 40 pizzas in 30 days, you can clearly see that this dude's sort of he's looking kind of fucked up right now. He's looking like his face is blowing up, and people are going off on him about not only what he looks like, but what he said in this interview, because this motherfucker's trying to talk. He's just like George W. Bush, the second Bush president. He talks like he's in a fucking comic book or something. Both of them, George W. Bush and this guy, Papa John. Both of them talk, and it's kind of hilarious to see them take themselves so seriously. And I guess they expect the rest of the world to take them just as seriously. But, you know, these guys talk, George W. Bush and this guy, Papa John, they talk like they're in a fucking comic book. Like they've been reading comic books their whole lives and, you know, they're like a superhero or a supervillain or something. The day of reckoning will come. That's what this motherfucker said. Of course people are going to go off on you when you talk like that and you stare into the fucking camera like with the psycho eyes and shit like that. And the day of reckoning will come. But anyway, what I wanted to do is I think everybody needs to hop on Twitter right now and just type in Papa John's and do it quick before this is no longer a trend on Twitter, because this is how I found this shit. It was trending on Twitter. It just said Papa John. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so let's look at some of the better ones, shall we? This guy said Papa John is clearly on what we call the Elvis life trajectory. For those that don't know, Elvis died on a toilet, extremely overweight. He was becoming obese. He was addicted to pills and drugs and drinking, and he even had a donut named after him, which was like a bacon donut. Elvis lived a life of gluttony, and it appears that Papa John is also living a life of gluttony. Now, let's remember that Papa John was ousted from his own fucking company, so he doesn't run that company anymore. Even though his name's on the building, even though he is the John in Papa John's, he doesn't run that fucking business anymore. He's been ousted from his own company, like Jeff Price and Peter Wells from TuneCore, and all these other guys from all these other corporations that got ousted. They created the company, they got ousted. This guy said, you know, the Elvis life trajectory, where you rule the world for a decade or two, then turn into a disgusting, sweaty monster who gets winded from watching sports. Let's look at another one. Papa John is slowly but surely turning into a breathing garlic knot. And there's like a million of these guys going off on him. Papa John's looks like he fucked up during a tour of Wonka's factory. Let's see. Papa John looking like that alien in MIB, Men in Black, that needs sugar water constantly. And just one more. Papa John sounds like he's been eating nothing but cigarettes since his ouster. That's fucked up. Let's see if we can get on the timeline and find any just right off the bat. If Papa John were a pizza, I'd send him back. I guess that's a reference to Michael Scott. When Michael Scott on The Office, the Michael Scott character on the show The Office, people are comparing that too. They go, bruh. Now they're comparing him to Stanley Hudson from The Office. They say, bruh, Papa John is tripping with this whole pizza lifestyle. What is it? He's had 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what he said. And then they're comparing him to his interview to the Charlie Sheen interview. I know I've seen this space before, talking about fucking Charlie Sheen back in the day. But that's that, people. I just wanted to bring you up to speed. Right now, it's Papa John versus the internet. Twitter's going ham. Twitter's going wild. Twitter's going crazy. And they're letting Papa John have it, okay? They are sticking the devil's hot poker up Papa John's pizza-loving ass. You understand me? And that's that, people. Peace and love. Makell Bird, Maktown TV, Maktown Radio, the dopest podcast in every dimension. And I'm out. Peace.